Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Deep Recruiting. Hopefully, this week our audio is working properly. We had to delete last week's podcast because there was no audio. And this week we're going to redo the same thing. We're going to focus on stamina, resilience, and the only thing that can stop you. Please, please, please leave a comment below. Your comments help us grow this. Our goal is to get to 1,000 followers, 1,000 viewers. That's our first goal on the rise of this podcast. Your help is going to get us there, and your comments are going to get us there, and your likes and follows are going to be what gets us there. Deep Recruiting is all about you. It's about giving you the tools you need to succeed, maybe not just in recruiting, but in everyday life, because the rules for recruiting really are the rules for everyday success. And that's what we're going to focus on every single week here, live Mondays at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. So let's jump into last week's topic and redo it again. Stamina and resilience. Resilience is defined as the capacity to recover quickly from whatever difficulty or toughness you're running into. In fact, resilience is a kind of toughness. It's a toughness you need to have to be successful in life and business. Stamina is defined as the ability to sustain prolonged physical or mental effort. It's that ability that when you're tired, when you're sick of it, you just want to, maybe you don't even want to, but you've got the intestinal fortitude, shall we say, to stick with it. This is a bit of a personal story on that. I was on vacation in St. Thomas and I rented a wakeboard, a little sailboard, whatever it's called, where you get up and you've got the big on the board and you've got the sail and the wind pushes you around. And I wanted to learn how to do it, but I didn't have an instructor. I only had me. And I would get up, fall off, get up, fall off, get up, fall off. I couldn't even tell you how many times, over and 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 over again. And finally, I decided I'd had enough. I never really succeeded at it. I was only on the board for maybe 5 seconds. I think it was probably the longest I ever accomplished. But, I'm tired, I'm haggard, I'm worn out, I'm hungry. And I'm coming back on the beach and this guy comes up to me and says, man, I've never seen anybody stick with something like that and fail as often as you did. And that really struck me because that really is who I am. Even when I'm failing, I will stick with it until I get it. I didn't get that. I didn't figure it out. I need an instructor for sure. But it's just my personality. And my personality, that stick-to-itiveness does teach success, right? Because eventually you figure out how to do it, even if you're doing it wrong. Now, in this particular case, I do need an instructor, but that doesn't mean I've quit. It means I've quit trying to do it on my own, and I'm going to seek a mentor who's going to help me achieve, frankly, a better level of balance. So if that story is you, then you've got stamina and you've got resilience. If not, it's something you want to build and grow within yourself. If you want success, you have to have these traits. You have to have both of them. Both of these traits need to be an inherent part of your nature, or you're going to struggle finding success. Focus on your activity first, and your manager, your mentor, your trainer can fix the other deficiencies that you're experiencing. But no one can fix your drive. That has to come from in here. It's the only place you're ever going to get it. Are you resilient? Ask yourself, what are the top 5 losses you've experienced in your life? The death of a loved one, rejection by somebody that you loved, financial loss, loss of physical skill due to sickness or injury. I myself have been the victim of a Ponzi scheme, and it cost me a great deal of money. I dealt with the loss, moved on, and my focus became to replace that loss. That's how I bounced back. Did you bounce back? How did you bounce back? You can keep it to yourself, but you can also write it down. Be honest with yourself. Did you exhibit resilience? I hope so, but if not, why not? What would you do differently to get it? Do you have stamina? How long can you maintain something before giving up? When you do give up, how much are you willing to suffer before you give up? In my case, it turned out I was out there for about 3 hours, falling off, getting back on, falling off, getting back on. That ended up being my limit before I decided I've really got to get a mentor, really got to get a trainer. So what are the top 5 examples of stamina that you've exhibited in your life? Did you give up too soon? How much further could you have gone had you stuck with it? Why did you not push yourself to finish it? Again, be honest with yourself. There are some additional traits that predict success in addition to resilience and stamina. One is, are you competitive? Are you greedy? Are you honest? Are you active in self-improvement? Do you have a sense of humor? Can you laugh at yourself when you fail? Pride and quality delivery. Do you take pride in what you are, how you're servicing your customers? Do you have a big ego? A lot of people may not like this, but big ego, and as I mentioned before, greed, you can be totally honest and you can have all the integrity in the world, still be greedy, still have a big ego. And those are good things when they're combined with integrity and honesty. Humility. You can have a big ego and still be humble. It's true. Are you ethical? Do you own your success and your failure? Do you have pride in the success of your team? Do you have a positive can-do attitude? Do you find a way? All of these are absolutely critical. There's a phrase that's attributed to Joseph P. Kennedy and sometimes to a Norwegian-born American football player and coach Knute Rockne. And that quote is, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And I know you've heard that one. That encapsulates what stamina and resilience are really all about. Judge Graham, who's helped me out and helped my company out, says resilience is like a muscle that can be strengthened. In your opinion, what are 5 steps that someone can take to become more resilient? You want to share your story with yourself, write it down. You have to have real experience before you can understand resilience. You must have a supportive tribe and surround yourself with encouraging and supportive people. Those who can't bounce back often don't have the right people in their lives. It's all about your environment. Number 2, you have to believe in yourself first. If you don't have confidence in yourself to be great, it's never going to happen unless you get lucky. And I don't want you to rely on luck. You must be comfortable with yourself. And this is not an ego thing. Even though I said before, ego is critical to success. You have to be comfortable with yourself. That's not about your ego. Number 3, you have to know your craft. Okay. To be resilient at anything, you've got to know what you're doing. It's got to be part of who you are. Let's say you get cut from, as Judge Graham says, the dance team or the football team or your business. You have to step back and say, why did this happen? What did I do to cause this? Take ownership of those mistakes that you made. You can't win at the highest level until you understand what you're doing wrong. Absolutely critical. You can't, this is number 4, you can't overthink things. If you sit there and think about the same situation and don't take action, you aren't going to get out of it. It will overtake you. If you say, I need a week to rethink, when a major deal falls through, everything compounds. You have to think, what is the action I can take right now to fix this? That speed is critical. You've got to have thick skin. You can't take any of this loss personally. And always remember, haters are going to hate. When you post like I do, you get a little bit of hate. It ain't no big thing, I promise. Now, let's talk about the only thing that can really stop you. Making progress and mastering something new, it's a process. You don't wake up suddenly an expert in the art of persuasion or anything else. You must vanquish your fear of failing or looking stupid in the process, like I did with that board. Sometimes you have to look foolish in the name of progress. Remember, it's not how well you actually perform that earns you the respect of your peers. Respect comes from the fact that you went out and actually did something and tried your best. Think about how you respect other people. The people you respect the most are the people that are probably trying the hardest, as opposed to the person who just shows up and it magically happens for them. The only way to get where you want to go is to know precisely where you're going and where you are and how you're going to get there. You have to be honest with yourself in the process. You can't blame the boss, can't blame the company, can't blame the industry. Okay? There's no embarrassment in that struggle. The only embarrassment is if you quit or don't try. Matt Millen of Outreach said, your mindset is your secret weapon. Your belief systems, your attitude is going to determine your behavior, actions, and reinforce your stories. This will produce results that either drive your career forward or not. That's what I want to leave you with today on this issue or edition of Deep Recruiting. I love your comments. I want your questions. Send us your questions. We've already done 2 of these where we answered viewer questions. I want your questions. I want to know what you're running into. We will address these issues live on air, anonymously, of course, and we will figure out a solution that you can take to the bank to improve your career and make more money. I'm confident no matter what situation you're running into, we can help you solve it here at Deep Recruiting. Really appreciate your tuning in. I very much and even appreciate more your comments, likes, and shares. Let's spread the word. Let's get our viewership up over 1,000 views an episode. Let's make it happen. We're relying on you as a winner. So I need your stamina and resilience in making those comments and clicking that like button. Thanks a bunch, everybody. Have a great week. Go make a sale. Find the right candidate for your clients and make it a great day. Thanks a bunch. Take care.